Alright, so here we go. Press F to pay respects for my crappy intros of everything I make. Hey, bud, a voice said. Plan was startled at the sudden voice, and then he said, hello. And Plan had hoped that he didn't sound too unpleased. The voice was apparently coming from a cube, a male, near-corrupt cube. The face was friendly, and then the near-corrupt said, You're an Anomorph. I have never met an Anomorph before. What kind are you? Plan was startled, and then said, Fruit glider. My name is also Plan, by the way. What's yours? The near-corrupt smiled and said, Geo! Thanks for asking. Geo was friendly, and then a kite shape with a bandana over his mouth and a turtleneck shirt came up behind Geo and said, Stop wasting your time, and let's get into the caves and meet our grouplet. Alright? Geo responded with an, Okay, we'll go in, Kai. Geo suddenly picked up Plan and placed him on his head, and Plan caught a glimpse of another animal. Only this one was a female songfish, and they were coral-colored, and they were a part corrupt as well. They seemed nervous, but before Plan could see more, another Anomorph stepped in front of her, a female hiveling, with a part of her antenna chopped off. And then a normal shape stepped around the hiveling, and then talked to her. The normal shape was, in fact, had kite pieces surrounding her head and she was an octagon. She said something like, stop being so overprotective. Coral can be fine as long as we reassure her that we are here with her. Do waited, then said, Okay, you're right. You're right, Galaxy. But I'm not taking my eye off her. Galaxy sighed and then said, Okay, well, don't be very mean. Look at least negotiable. Do looked at her and said, Fine. Now let's go meet our grouplet and see our group den. Plan had hoped they weren't in his group. Plan was already mailed his schedule, and he was in grouplet F, and he saw that Geo and Kai were too. They all walked to their cave when they saw them. Dew, Galaxy, and Coral. Oh, no, Plan thought. To be truthful, Plan was fine with everyone else, but Dew was just a no-no. Hello, Coral said first. She seemed nervous around them, and Plan didn't blame her. Galaxy was a bright shape, joyful and sweet. Good morning, she chirped from her bed. It was like a normal shape bed, and not like Dew's or Coral's beds. Dew's bed was carved out to look exactly like honeycomb, while Coral's was a big pool of water. Plan saw that a leaf bed in a pocket on the wall near Coral's bed was probably going to be his. Galaxy's bed was also a bunk bed, and she had picked the bottom bunk. There was also another bed on the other side of the room, and Kai yelled, I call top bunk of, who are y'all? Galaxy smiled and said, I'm Galaxy. Then she pointed at Dew. That one over there is Dew. And Dew gave a wave that looked like a sup wave. And that one's Coral. How about you? Kai pointed immediately to Geo and said, That's Geo, my brother. Then he pointed to himself and said, I'm Kai. And then he pointed to Plan, which Plan had no idea they were brothers. He saw that they looked nothing alike, in fact. Kai said, That guy on Geo's head is, and Plan realized that he had not said his name at all to Kai, so he chirped, Planador de Frutis. But you can call me Plan for short. Kai looked at him and said, Wow, pretty long name. Plan chuckled. Yep, it is. He chirped suddenly, aloud. Wait. Yep, it is, he chirped suddenly. Suddenly, a loud crash outside made everyone jump in surprise, and the entirety of Grouplet F filed out the cave door to see a teacher lying face first on the floor. The teacher was corrupted, but they were a kite with a scarf covering their mouth, and a cape with the underside of the cape dotted with yellow stars and late dusk blue pentagons scattered here and there. Then Coral peeked around everyone and peeped. Oh, hello, Miss Nova. Good to see you. Then Nova got up, turned her head and saw Coral, and gleefully chirped, "Oh, good to see you too, Coral. How's Griplet F been to you so far?" Coral smiled in a happy, yet shy way, and chirped, "So far, so good. Everyone is very friendly and sweet." Nova beamed. "Great! I knew that Griplet F would be a good for you." While Grouplet F was talking with Miss Nova, Plan swore he saw a greenish, faded, floating figure point to a back area, probably an unlit area. Wait, not back area, black area. Probably an unlit area, and they tried best to communicate. Their lips said something like, "Help, move, heavy, crystals, hurt." And Plan decided to go with the ghost. They didn't make any moves to try and kill him, after all. "I'm going to go to the bathroom," Plan declared. He got up and faintly nodded at the ghost. Then he leaped off of Geo and onto the floor. Then he went into the hallway. But right as he was nearly out of earshot, Miss Nova ran to Plan and said, "This place is unlit still. We're waiting on some glass lights. So take this until then." She grabbed a globe about the size of Plan's head, popped off the lid on the globe, and then fired her laser shot at it. She captured the beam of light and then popped the lid back on the globe. The light was so bright that it illuminated the walls that were a few feet ahead. Its pink light made it look like a corrupted sun was trapped in the globe. Nova grabbed a bandana and tied it to Plan, making a pouch. Then she placed the globe gently in the pouch. "Come back within 3 hours, Plan. That's when the tour starts," Nova said sweetly. "Okay, will do," said Plan. And in an instant, Plan took a stroll down into the hallway with a possible new friend. So that was Chapter 1, and I'm working on Chapter 2. Please forgive me for stuttering and possible bad quality. I am in my parents' closet, after all, recording this. I'm also terrible at making introductions. So, Chapter 2 is going to feature some characters that are not mine. I am actually going to introduce them, maybe make them... I have no clue yet if I'm doing this or not, but I'm probably going to make them essential to the plot, maybe. Or, like, show up and, like, give information. I'm getting off topic. How do you like the story so far? Let me know in the comments. Bye!